What's up, guys? Day Trading Knockouts here. I got another video for you. Today, you're not going to be seeing my face or my cowboy hat in this video because I'm unfortunately unable to put down the Trade-O-Vate desktop, the Trade-O-Vate platform onto my desktop on my laptop. I still have it on my computer, but I'm unable to screen record with this computer because I don't got a proper mic. So just overall today, guys, what we're going to be talking about is market profile and how it's been a great enhancement for my trading. So just so you know, I've always used market profile for a long time, but not like the way I have been using it recently. Recently, what I have been doing is I would kind of like glance over it sometimes with my close of day analysis, weekend or Wednesday analysis. Shout out to Trade Brigade for teaching me how to do that. But when I would used to do that, basically, I honestly would like kind of glance over and not really pay too much attention. Now I did some work to review and to really sharpen up my skills with my market profile, because I read the books by James Dalton, but I've never really applied the techniques and the principles he discussed. Now, I'm going to show you how I use it. It's a really quick process on what I do. I'm going to keep the video quick as well. I ask myself a few questions, and then I do the market and profile analysis first, then I do my regular analysis, and I combine them so that I'm able to put myself in the best position possible to either look for where to take a trade, where to avoid trades, the psychology of other participants, and just overall put myself in the best position to win on a trade, or minimize the amount of risk I'll take on a trade and avoid bad trades in general. The questions that I ask are we in a bracketing market, and what is the context? Next is, are the profiles balanced or imbalanced, and what is the context? Next is, what is the profile shape on the day, and what is the context? Are there any additional notes with anything I've asked already? What phase of the market are we in right now? Are we in the accumulation, trend, distribution, or trend period? I did say trend twice. That is something that happens. And just so you know, sometimes only 3 of these phases happen. Sometimes it's accumulation, trend, and then just continue with the trend, or it's accumulation, trend, distribution, and then it just stays right there. Or sometimes that does happen. But anyways, is value area moving with price? Are there any additional notes on value area? And are there any final notes and inputs? So overall, what we've been seeing here, guys, is ever since this and before, and this is going over current market data right now, we've been in a trading market and a trading range bracket, okay? Now, let's apply everything I said right here. So when you look at the chart, are we in a bracketing market? We have been, if you look at your own chart, especially if you trade SPY, all the way from October 23rd and before, you'll see that we were in a trading range, and we haven't really been moving anywhere above or below the trading ranges extremes on the high or the low. So when you look at this day right here, what do we got? We got a trend day with poor lows at the bottom. And what does that mean? With the first impulse of what it is you want to do is, once we revisit this area, you'll be looking to repair the lows. What does that mean by repair the lows? That means look for some type of bearish setup here. On the day, you wouldn't want to you want to avoid it. The first impulse is to avoid it. On the day, on October 23rd, avoid the lows at the moment unless something substantial happens. But overall, avoid the lows, as that is an area of weak sellers as buyers stepped up. Now, on the next day, if you were to revisit, what do? In that scenario, you would be looking to take out the lows, repair the lows, look for a bearish setup, as there is weak structure below, because you can see it right here on the volume nodes right here. They're a lot lower than where value area was, especially with the POC. So that's just a little extra nuance right there. But overall, when we ask the questions, what are we going to be doing? Are we in a bracketing market? What is the context? So overall, we are in a bracketing market, and right now the context is we are potentially could be having a look below and fail type of setup, or we could be making a real strong attempt. As you can see here, it was a trending type of profile. And is the profile balanced? No. As you can see here, when you look at the day prior, we had a clean break below with both value area and the profile in general. And what is the actual profile shape? It is the trend day profile. And there's no additional notes I would say right there. The only thing I would say is overall, since we are in a trading range, be cautious to not be too trigger happy to go to the downside, as we need to make sure that we have make sure that we verify that this is not a look below and fail type of setup, and just overall wait to see what we open on tomorrow's session. As of now, it appears we will be in the trend phase of the market, as we have been a trending market. Now, it could be accumulation trend and then go back to distribution, but we do have to see what happens on the next day. Is value area moving with price? Yes, it is. However, it is a little bit more in the middle, so we just got to see how it reacts there. No additional notes now, as again, we stated what is obvious. We had a clean break below. And again, the only thing of caution is that we had it in the middle rather than having value area and point of control being around the lows. However, again, it's a poor low, so if we revisit here on the next day, look to repair and keep going down. And overall, that helps you gauge psychology. So what does that say? When you look at the profile and all the context that I mentioned right there, you are seeing here that, again, there's caution and there's signs of strength from the bears. Signs of strength being we had a clean break below, value area moved down with price as well. The cautions are we got to revisit these poor lows first so that we can repair the lows. If we open up here and we don't get any continuation down, it does make it more likely that we would be getting a look below and fail type of setup, but we do have to wait for the next day session. So overall, don't be too trigger happy on any way. Don't be too biased. This is a confident look for the bears. However, we do have to see the next day. Now we move on to the next day. What do we get? Let's ask the questions again. Are we in a bracketing market or in a trending market? So we're still in a bracketing market, but we're still, the context overall right now is it does appear that the sellers were looking to exit out of their position. And why is that? First off, let's ask the second question. The third question will answer what I just said prior. The profiles are balanced. We did find fair value around where the POC and value area was, as you can see right here. So that is a good sign for the bears. However, actually not however, to add on to that, what did I say? I said it's appearing that the bears are looking to exit out of their position. So with that being said, what are we doing? In this scenario, we are seeing that it's a P profile day. And what is a P profile? That is long liquid, that is short covering. And short covering is when it's showing that sellers are content with what they got due to the prior days or prior day or prior days auction activity. They're looking to exit out of their position and take profits where they are and just get out as quickly as possible, as you can see now. However, there is some nuance with this profile, because this isn't a typical P profile where you open here at the highs and then you remain there. We actually opened, we retraced all the way down, and then sellers looked to exit out of the position and they were content staying here. So those are the additionals that I have. What phase of the market we're in? It appears we're in a distribution, as this is a balance more type of profile rather than a trend day, as we did retrace to the lows and then we failed to continue and then we just balanced and chopped around. Is value area moving with price? Technically yes, so, because again we found fair value around at these lower areas, and it is a little bit above, but it is decently close to the previous day's POC and value area. I don't have any additional notes. Now, to summarize everything with all the questions that I asked, what I'm seeing here when I gauge the psychology, I'm seeing here that we opened within the previous day's range. So it is showing that sellers are still wanting to continue to try to do their best to keep it around the lows. And the effort that they had yesterday, they don't want it to go in vain. But it is on the upper third. So again, it is showing signs that this was low, weak-handed sellers, especially as we are opening on around the highs of yesterday's range. But again, it's still yesterday's range and more data is needed. And what we got on the day, after the open and more time on the day accumulated, you're seeing here that there are weak-handed sellers here, as we created a poor low here and a poor low here. We didn't even get to the lows of yesterday when we created this poor low. So sellers did their best to make as much as they could happen. Now, we got due to the poor low, what did I say? On this day, you're going to want to avoid it. But if we recover, if we retrace back to the lows, you're going to want to look to repair the lows and look for a valid setup. Don't be too trigger happy, but look for a valid setup to repair the lows and to continue to keep going down. So I'm seeing here that there's weak sellers here, and then we got content sellers here, as You can see here they wanted to exit out of their position and, just potentially add volatility, but just overall get out of their position and not put themselves in harm's way. Now, excuse me. So again, I would say that this is selling activity. This is buying activity that's not meant to last a long time. And overall, again, the impulse on a P day is be more on the sides of sellers. And again, with the poor lows, we have 2 areas of weak structure. Now, there is one thing I want to say. You're going to be all like, hey, David, you're saying be more sell on the side of the sellers. First off, I want a disclaimer. Anything can happen in the market, and you do have to be patient, and you do have to understand that it can go both ways. So even with all this selling bias that I'm saying, you still have to be understanding that the market can do anything, and you have to be ready to anticipate to go any direction as long as the trade is high quality. Now, overall, there is one thing I want to let you know. Throughout the days, I kept growing more and more of a selling bias because, again, these market profiles intraday. So even though that you got the P profile right here and you have buying activity happening the next day, this is still intraday. This is roughly a lower time frame type of thing. In the long haul, in the long term, is when all this market profile really takes effect, because as you can see here, it didn't happen the next day or the next day or the next day, but then look what happens. We start to crash down lower and lower. And just so you know, I'm going to be, if you like, I'm going to be going detailed analysis day by day, talking about market profile and things that I've done. So I did actually capitalize on these bearish moves here, as you can see, to the downside. And this is all in alignment with what I did. So just to summarize everything I'm talking about the video, ask yourself the ACE questions you do, get in the head of the other participants, understand that intraday, you still have, even though you can have a bias towards one side, just understand that anything can happen in the market and be prepared to go either way. And just keep your trades high probability for you to be successful with the win or to minimize your risk. Now again, I'm gonna go day by day in my next video, talking about how it is I do things and how it is I was able to capitalize on some of these bigger winners that I had, and why I was able to have my 4th profitable month in a row with my P&L. So guys, I'm always happy to do this. I'm 2 years now into trading. This marked today as it's November 1st. This is the first, 2 years ago was when I took my first ever trade. It was my first ever live trade. Now, I know a lot of what I said with market profile is gibberish. I'm just getting better as a YouTuber and being able to discuss this. On my next video, I'm going to do my best to dumb it down for beginners so I can do it better. And then on the next video after that, I'm going to talk about how I was able to capitalize with market profile on the day that you see right here on October 31st. So with that being said, guys, day trade knockouts out. Hope I didn't confuse you too much. Any questions, please comment below and I'll be happy to answer. Stay safe, stay green. Peace. Day trade knockouts out.